Okay, turn this around. Coming out of Buc-ee's, look at all these people. Crazy people. That place is packed like sardines. We just came out of there. We had some requests for a couple of products, so we went in and literally you can't walk straight through. You've got to zigzag, and even then you have to stand behind somebody and wait a second or two or longer. People will stop right in front of you on the phone and just stand there right in the middle of the aisle in the way. That place is an absolute madhouse today. Unreal. Anyway, this is Georgia Highway 53, the bypass of Calhoun, Calhoun bypass. I guess they call this 53 alternate, or they may call the old 53 through Calhoun the alternate now. I don't know which they're doing. But anyway, behind us, if you go all the way back across Georgia, you'll end up in Watkinsville in 129, 441, 15. If you keep going straight, we'll go through Shannon or bypass Shannon. I think the old 53 may have went through Shannon, but we still go through the Shannon area. But we'll go through Shannon. We'll go down through Rome, and then we will fork down to Lindale and clown around a little bit. Then we're going to meet a friend and his family, a longtime friend I've known since grammar school, since he was in grammar school with my daughter. And he worked with me on and off for years, and I've done some work for him. He's done some work for me. We've swapped a lot of time out together and stuff, and so really dear friend, great family. He's looking at a house over here, and I let my real estate license lapse. I'm not representing, I'm not trying to show real estate or anything. Have nothing to do with showing or being a real estate agent. I am simply acting for him as a construction consultant, possibly getting a plot cut off for family members, this, that, and the other, and checking out the house. But he's got a very good agent, so I am not engaging in any form of real estate sales practice, whatever. So there, my disclaimer. Here is US Highway 41. Left is south, right is north. Old Dixie Highway. We're going to stay on 53. We'll go down through Shannon. And I will point out where 53 comes out of Calhoun. But yeah, to the right, that loud piece of junk off the road. Good Lord. To the right is Calhoun. To the left is Adairsville. Rome, 21 miles. Absolutely gorgeous. Fall afternoon. It is 12:01. Let's see, what is the temperature? We have very poor connection. Calhoun, Georgia, 56 degrees. Going to a high of 65, 48 tonight. It was 35 in Ackworth this morning. There was a heavy frost. We have a little video of the frost, not a lot, but a little bit. Recording this with the S20 1920 by 1080, 30 frames a second, full HD. Look at that sky. A couple of ribbon clouds and a couple of streaks across there, chemicals, chemtrails, whatever you want to call them. Really pretty up here in North Georgia. This would be Northwest Georgia. You know, I guess I haven't paid much attention. I give we already come across. No, if we already come across where 53 is, we'll turn on it, because this is 53. Where's my mind at this morning? I guess it's on this nice fall drive. Please like, share, and subscribe. We need the videos. There was a GSP. He'll get you. He's right on them other people's bumper. He may be about to blue light them. Okay, coming up on 53, coming out of Calhoun. See, this used to be, and they may still call this regular 53, and what we're on may be alternate 53, but it is the bypass where you don't have to go through Calhoun to go on down through Rome. We've got a couple of hours to kill. We're going to meet him at that house at 3 o'clock. We'll probably get there a little bit early. I say they'll get there a little bit early. Call this Rome Road. Calhoun to the right, Rome to the left. Yeah, West 53 Spur. They're calling it first Spur 53 to the right now. So they've designated this as 53. And the other coming through Calhoun is a spur now. See, they do all kind of crazy things. U.S. Highway 29 through Decatur. It used to go right through Decatur. And there's still one sign on Scott Boulevard that shows turning to the left on Church Street and going into Decatur. Everything else has disappeared. They haven't updated signs or anything, but they're showing 29 as going straight on down Scott Boulevard into Atlanta instead of the old route. I like to do the old routes, the old roads where you get to go through the towns and see the old towns and old houses and stuff that were bypassed. But with this GPS stuff going on now, they do not, the signage, the street signage is not nearly as good as it used to be. They used to have it good for the map system, but I don't know how many people actually use maps nowadays. That'd be a question for the girls. She probably know. Let's see, we got some little mini compasses. We bought them at Hobby Lobby the other day. See if you can take a look at it. Can you see it? Little mini compass. It's about an inch square. Let's see what direction. I'm sure we're showing south. Yeah, southwest. Southwest. We got to figure a place to mount these things on our vehicles. That place right there is an excellent place. Sales and service of bad boy mowers. We got Vicky a brand new seat there. Had just a little bitty nick in the leather for her lawnmower. Regular $400 seat for $125. Very nice seat. Shame she didn't get to use that lawnmower. She loved cutting that grass. She didn't know it had but one speed. That thing was wide open. When I finally started checking it out and cutting grass for I cut it down on low, slow, because I didn't drive it fast. But she had that thing wide open, and I noticed before she would fly on that thing. And she said she didn't know it had a slower speed, throttle on it, and she would just run wide open, and she loved it. Just got to the point where she wanted to get the house cleaned out and hit the road, and the RV, got it taken care of. Oh well. You can't wait. If there are things you want to do in life, if you wait, you may never get to do them. You got to do it. You got to do it. Bubba's Bar and Grill. Plainville Storage. We're coming down through Plainville. We'll be crossing Georgia 140 to the east to take you all the way back over to Jimmy Carter through a bunch of them towns. To the west will take you over to US 27 to Georgia 1. I think it's 1. Plainville to the right. Bill's Bargain Barn. I wonder if we got a trim ring from my other van in there. We need one trim ring, one 15-inch trim ring for a 98 to maybe 2001 or 2 16-inch trim ring for express van. They've got that faux stone to where you can't hardly tell the difference, or barely can if you can at all. That stuff looks good, and it's lightweight. I like it. We're going to meet him at 3 o'clock. We'll go to Lindale. We'll see if we can catch a train. We'll go to the mill. We'll clown around and entering Floyd County from Walker County. And Calhoun is the county seat of Walker County, and Rome is the county seat of Floyd County. What do y'all get for those pumpkins today? Coming out from the Rome airport, that looks like an Air Force military jet. They've extended that runway. cemetery out there to the left. Georgia 140. So there's a dead end over into US 27, about 10 miles to the right, and then go all the way back across Georgia, dead end into 129, 441, Georgia 15, and Watkinsville to the left. Rockwood Mini Light coming out of Florida. We're going to pull over to the right and let these cars get by, because we want to turn left right down here and go through Shannon. Of course, now Shannon may be, the city may be on the other side over here. We're going to let these people get by anyway. You know, it seems like we do need to. I may never have been right through the city, but if we turn left right there, I guess that's old 53. It'll go down through that where the little store and stuff is. I guess it's still a little hamburger hot dog joint down there. It was good. Vicky and I ate there a couple of times. Pinson Road. I don't think that's the road that goes there. We'll pull over in here and look up to the right. It may be. And I may be wrong. Yeah, that's not where I was thinking. I was thinking I've seen like a little city area of Shannon, which I've never been in before, but I was thinking I saw that last time we came through here, and I thought, well, we've never seen that. We need to check that out. If there's an actual little city area. There's a railroad over there. Coming out of Rome, headed to Calhoun. This video is 19 minutes. We're going to have some longer videos today. We uploaded one yesterday coming down 85, and we missed getting on 285. That's the first time I've ever missed that. But anyway, we went on in 85 to 75 and came north on 75. About a 58-minute video. Let's turn here and see what we've got to the immediate right, Burlington Road. So this is where the factory is. See, we've usually turned left to go down to Shannon to that little area. But let's see what we got here to the right. See if there's any kind of city. I've never been to the right here. That should look like a little truck stop over there. Well, maybe not. I don't know. This might be a good place to walk the tracks. Well, I like that oak tree. Track Food Mart. I like that. Yeah, here's a mill. Galley and Lord Brighton plant. Right on the railroad at the mills. These look a little bit larger, but no, but typical mill town homes built in the 30s, 40s. I like these little areas myself, and these little houses, that's all I need. I need to find me one that I can fix up the way I would like. Of course, these are all going to be stick built, so you're going to have to do some structural integrity work to move walls around the way you'd want to. Yeah, but I like these little areas. See if we can't find this. I'm pretty sure we've got a vacuum leak. We've got a whistling going on up there. Yeah, and you've got a lot of young families moving into these little small houses. A lot of the young families have gotten away from this big house stuff and are going to small, renovate type homes. If we go to the left, we're going to cross the tracks. What are we going to do? Well, let's go to the left and see where we end up. I don't know. We're just out riding and talking and, you know, smoking and joking and having a good time this morning. So hopefully y'all will ride along with us. Like, share, and subscribe. We need it. Little asbestos shingle houses in the 40s and early 50s. It's a good product. If you don't break them and you don't fray the asbestos. Used to have asbestos roof shingles. Asbestos is an excellent material. It just causes cancer. And the way I look at my life now, every day I see a sundown, I am blessed. As much asbestos brake linings, as much as I handled automotive. When I went to GM school, technician school, they taught us to do a major brake adjustment or cleaning. You pulled off the wheels. That's when they only had drums. They didn't have disc brakes. Well, a few of the cars did, but most of the GM products were four-wheel drum. You pull the drums off, you take an air hose and you blow off all that dust. You'd have a cloud of dust around you. You're just breathing in that asbestos. We all getting a pretty good little tour of the Shannon Milltown area, a little residential area. You see new windows in that little house, new siding. This would be perfect for me. I need a bigger shop area and storage for my vehicles more than I need house. One room to be a bedroom, kitchen, living room, and one bathroom's all I need. Yeah, typical little mill town. It looks like the boss's house is up there on the hill. Yeah, that's got to be the boss. Oh, that's a church up there. Okay, well, we're going to cut over here and cut back down to 53 and head on down to Rome, Georgia. Look at that nice big oak tree. Look at that rascal. We're almost getting to the, you know, that one may have been dead this year. But we're getting to the time when if all the leaves get off the trees and it's a cloudy winter day, maybe rainy day, and the leaves are off the trees, and you see these big hardwoods in different places and stuff, and you see the tree. You see the bones of winter. Through the summer, you know, I love the greenery and the leaves and everything, but you don't see, you don't capture the character, the individuality of the tree. And in the autumn or the winter, not really the autumn, there are a lot of times the tree leaves stay on the trees deep into winter, deep into fall, and then into winter. But you get into winter on a windy, cloudy afternoon. There's a chill in the air. And you see the bare trees where you see their character and you see their personality. Each individually with the intricate limbs and how they grew. Just imagine what the DNA, the stuff that the wind, how that helped shape the trees. The sun, look at that, that's a gorgeous tree. Trees and rocks. If you love the outdoors, if you're a female that we are mutually attracted to each other, let's start off there. And that mutual attraction is so hard to find. I mean, it is. But anyway, I digress. If you are a female of that persuasion, and you love getting out, and you love riding the roads, and you love the winter and the trees, if you love rocks, the woods, and you're willing to hop in a van and ride all over the country doing videos for YouTube, if you're that 1 in 6 billion people here on this earth, give me a holler. Let's see if we can't make it work. Shannon Road. Maybe this will take us into the... I don't know, folks. Well, that take us back up there where we were. I don't see anything of an actual town. I may have been mistaken about that. I don't know. place like this. I could put me a wall down the side where that door is there. Have me a nice shop. Have to insulate those metal walls. 206 acres. What do y'all think about that? Pepsi-Cola, Rome, Georgia. The more I drive this van, the harder it's going to be to sell. I'll tell you what. Average speed 28.9 miles per hour. Tachometer 1400 RPMs at 57 miles an hour. 167,381 miles. 60 miles since we filled up with gas at Love's for 244. 241, something, whatever it was. Fuel range 459 miles. Average economy 16 miles a gallon. Express 3500. Extended van 6.0 liter V8 over 300 horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque. 6L90E transmission. Limited slip rear end. Get into Rome, we're not going all the way through. We're going to turn and go down to, go through Lindale, clown around there a little bit at the mill. It is 12:30. We need to meet him at 3. We can kill an hour easily in Lindale and down at the creek in Silver Creek. That'd be 1:30. We can take a nap. 30 minutes, that'd be 2 o'clock. We'll figure it out. Okay, this is the Georgia 1 loop. And of course we're still west 53 going into Rome, Georgia. This video is 35 minutes long. You know, like I say, this is the bypass. To the left will take you over to 411, and Georgia 20 to the right will take you around and hit 27, I think, over there. Oh, we got a new road cut over here, new houses. There you go. New homes, Rome, Georgia. Mass graded subdivision, slab homes. Like all these other places, right up on the street. Truss roofs, there's no storage in the ceiling. You put whatever you've got to store in the garage. You park your cars in the driveway. You barely have enough room between the house and the sidewalk, or the house and the street. A lot of times the car is going to stick out into the driveway or into the sidewalk. But smaller lots, less grass, less maintenance. It's got its pros and cons. We could have gone around the loop and gone by the old parachute factory. We've got good video of the parachute factory, but just to kill a little bit of time. They finally got this varsity up here in Rome open. It's the old Dairy Queen. They didn't even tear it down. They just gutted it and redid it. We're going to be turning this video off shortly, and then probably switching to the Osmo Action 5. And this is the 3500 cargo van. It rides sort of rough. Need prayer? Stop there. Individualized prayer for you. It's pretty neat. I think we could all do with some of that. These houses up on the hill, these steps poured probably in the 30s, 40s. Junction 293 coming out of Cartersville, coming up through Kingston. Okay, let's see where 53 goes. We need to take 53. Is it going to turn off? Junction 27 and 20. There's old clock tower. I like Rome, Georgia. Okay, we're going to follow 53. 53 goes to the left here. Okay, I know which way we're going. I know which way we're going. South 2753, east 20. Home Depot and stuff here to the left, Kroger to the right. Do we need to stop at Kroger? Etowah River to our right. We're crossing the Etowah, and the Etowah and the Oostanala come together right downstream here, maybe what, a half mile, and form the Coosa. Oh, we want to get to, well, you know what? We're going to turn off of 53 right here. We're going to, I think we'll end this video right here. And then we'll start one with the Osmo Action 5. Okay, this should be a wrap.